And here we go, state championship time, 2003, 1A wrestling. We're at 135 pounds. We're our opponents from Panguitch High School, Ford Stewart, and his opponent from Paiute, Brian Morrow.
Two great wrestlers, again, Region 15. Brian Morrow is a returning placer at state. He took third last year and has a record of 31-9. Ford Stewart comes to us with a record of 23-8. Quite a sense of humor for Stewart. On these bout sheets, they ask you what your GPA is. He's simply put, pretty good.
Well, when you're from Panguitch, pretty good. It's pretty good. Good wrestlers. You notice the sizes are getting bigger. 135 pounds, a little more muscle, a little more power, and the action gets better. First round, both wrestlers want to kind of get a sense of what the other guy's doing without giving up any kind of position and any kind of a bad shot. And so we battle, we go into that tie, work for that tie, work for it. Interesting to note, if age has anything to do it, Paiute should have the advantage. Morrow's a senior, and his opponent from Panguitch just a sophomore. Pretty good job making the state championships as a sophomore.
Good motion there by Stewart as he tries to control the motion of Morrow. Morrow working on that inside tie, likes to tie up there on the head, and that gives him a little more control as he goes for the ankle pick there, and he will get it at the edge of the mat. Oh, let's see if he gets it or not, actually. He's got his knees out. They're going to bring him back up. He does not get it. If he would have had his feet in, but not his knee down, he would have got the two, but instead they'll bring him back, start them both up.
You notice good officials, and we've got good officials here at the state championships. They'll always stand on that line, straddle that line, looking for position and out of bounds. The key is the weight of the wrestlers. If the supporting points of both wrestlers are in, they're in. If the supporting points of one is out and one is in, they're in. But when the supporting points of both wrestlers are out of bounds, they're out of bounds, and that's what that call was. Stewart was in a good position, had everything taken care of, had another foot of mat, and he probably would have had the two. But because of the out of bounds, didn't get it done. We're still battling. We got a 0-0 game and 9 seconds left in the first round.
And a stall call there on green against Ford Stewart here. These wrestlers, again, familiar with each other as they wrestled last week in the region championship, which Morrell won. You can see that he really likes that ankle pick. He's gone to it a couple times already. You'll see him go to it again later. He ties up on that head, lowers the level of his opponent, and then shoots down for the ankle pick.
And following the warning, Stewart kind of stepped up a little more physical, a little more let's get at it, let's wrestle, let's have some action. And we'll see how he carries that in. Oh, excellent sit. Good job clearing the hips, right to a turn, hip heist turn 1 point. We're back on our feet, and Stewart, no, Morrell ahead, 1 point, gets the escape.
So much action down here, it gets a little bit confusing as to which wrestler's which. Good action, good tie-up, real strong, real physical. Shot by Stewart there, kind of goes halfway, pulls out. Real cautious. Well, that's one good thing about being in the state championship is you need to be cautious, be smart, but you also need to do your moves 100%, and that's what got both these wrestlers here.
One of the things that the wrestlers are doing is that they're tying a little tighter than I think most coaches would like. Classic position is instead of ear to ear, would be head to head. Try to create a little distance. Don't get up in there and lock up ear to ear, elbow to elbow, and then just try to work position. Although that happens a lot in the sport, but I think the classic position would be to try to keep just a little bit more distance so that something happens. Hey, Stewart's doing a good job trying to jump into an underhook. Oh, and we went out of bounds. Went out of bounds, and there's a stall call on Paiute. Morrow's hanging back, not getting after it. So evidently, Stewart's attempt to get a little more physical at the end of the first round has got a little momentum for him, and he's able to pull the stall call. Let's see what he can do now. There's a good position. Notice that we're head to head instead of ear to ear. Better place to be, better place to start when we're trying to score that shot. And let's see what we can get done.
Stewart is great at changing levels. You'll see him drop to a knee, drop back up, drop to a knee, drop back up, circle, circle. That is how he controls the motion and gets his opponent in a place where he can make a good, educated shot and try and secure the takedown. Again, they come to the tie-up. Both very, very strong. So a tie-up is a good place for both of them, a comfortable place for both of them to start their attack on offense.
But I'm not seeing I'm not seeing Morrill do a lot in terms of putting himself into trouble. Oh, there's a head throw. We're going to try and work at a head and arm. Now we're looking for danger until those shoulders turn, until those hips turn, and they turned all right, but he blew right through and picked up a 2-point takedown. Stewart, nice job. Comes out of a criteria danger position from the head and arm, shifts his hips through, and puts Morrill to his feet and picks up the takedown. We now go into the into the third round, and Stewart's got a 2-1 lead.
It actually looks, Mike, like they awarded the takedown to Morrill, and Stewart got the reversal out of bounds. So we go into the third round, 2-1. Oh, excuse me. Stewart does have the lead, 2-1. Like I said, a little confusing down here. Now they're really playing tricks on us. It's 3-1.
Morrill gets the escape. Morrill gets up on the escape. We had escape anyway. Score 3-1. And Stewart's doing a good job, man. He scored that takedown, scored that escape. He's in the green. Red wrestler is Paiute. He's the senior. The sophomore's ahead as we go into this third round. We got a minute 12. He's got a 2-point lead. Here's Paiute in on that single leg. Got him set to the hip. Where's the out of bounds? Here we're looking for it. Is he going to be able to score that? Or are we going to go out? If he's got control before that knee touches the out of bounds, he'll end up with a point. No. Bob Cowell blows him out. We're up. No change. Sophomore's got the lead. 1 minute left.
One thing that you always need to realize when you're wrestling a match is where you're at on the mat. As you can see there, they were on the edge of the mat. Try and scoot your wrestler back in and score the 2 points. We're going to have a little break time here. A stall, actually, on green. So that'll bring the score 3-2. Stewart called for the stall. So Morrill down only by 1 point. Shoots in on that single leg. Comes back, goes to the ankle. Trying coming across to the other leg. He's going to get it. Not yet as Stewart holds the arm, sits out, and there gets us 2. 4-3 here with 35 seconds left in the third round. Morrill now working on an arm bar. Stewart tries to spin out, and they're going to go out of bounds again. They'll bring him back to the center, where Stewart will be in the down position.
Now we're seeing some great action. Both wrestlers were pretty physical, but working hard, wearing each other out, staying in position on their feet. But now we've really seen some good action. Here we go, 28 seconds. The senior's now ahead by 1. Sophomore down 1. Let's see what he can get done.
Morrill goes immediately to the ankle, just trying to break it down there. 20 seconds. If he can just hold on, he'll be your state champ. Stewart looks like he's a little frustrated, trying to get a stalling call, trying to get something called there.
He's now been on that ankle about 10, 12, 14 seconds, and there it is. There it is. Cowell hits him for the stall. That rings it up. We got a 4-4 match. Hanging on that ankle, not improving. Waist deep, and the ankle riding for 15, probably close to 20 seconds, Mark. And now they've got a 4-4 match. We go up. We're scrambling, 4 seconds. He's got an arm in. Is he able to get it? 2, 1. Still got an arm in? No change. Good call. 4-4 overtime. Just where you want to be when the state championship is on the line. Again,
this is what these wrestlers have worked for their entire life. Now they're 1 minute away and 1 takedown away from becoming a state champ. So Cowell will bring him to the center of the mat and start him here. 1 minute left. Morrill comes in on that inside tie again. Loves to be in that position.
Now you notice the tie. See what happened. When Morrill was out head-to-head, he scored. When he got into those ear-to-ear ties, Morrill was doing the scoring. Or Morrill was doing the scoring. So now let's see what happens. Here we go. Front headlock. Both men have an arm. Not much advantage. 39 seconds left in the overtime. There's a shot to a leg. There's a shot. Brian Morrill from Paiute's in on the hips. In a good position. Now he's got to do scramble, control the hip, come up to the hip. If there's no change, we've got a stalemate. But he's improving. Is he improving? Continue.
It's really important to be real patient right here. You don't want to walk up too fast and get out of the position you're in. You want to sit back, relax, try come up real slow, real easy. There he is. He gets your takedown in overtime. 6-4, your winner, Brian Morrill from Paiute.
Great battle. And Stewart did a good job. But like I said, the senior win.